Hello. So I don't know if this will be a series. If it is, it's not going to be daily. But I did have a request for a Sudoku puzzle that is more difficult than what the New York Times publishes. New York Times Hard always only requires a certain baseline set of techniques that a lot of Sudoku players call the basics. So you've got singles, you've got tuples, you've got pointing and claiming. And that's it. That's all you need for New York Times Hard. But there are definitely Sudoku puzzles out there that are more difficult. I attempted to do find one on Sudoku.com because I know that's a popular website. They have like expert and master difficulties, but the ones I found also only required basics. I'm sure that sometimes they don't, but I resorted to going to HoDoKu, which is a solving software that hasn't been updated in a while, but it does let you generate puzzles of certain difficulties. So I generated this one. I confirmed that it cannot be solved with just basics. And so I'm going to try it myself. And so there's a link in the description if you want to try it yourself. I don't know exactly how difficult this is going to be. I did try to restrict the techniques that are required, but I don't know exactly which ones will be required. And of course, when it comes to advanced Sudokus like this, it does come down to creativity with the logic you do. Sometimes you can solve it using known patterns, and sometimes you gotta look for something a bit more complex. So just do keep that in mind that this might be a much more difficult puzzle than you're used to on this channel. But yeah, as long as you've got your basics down from the New York Times Hard, maybe explore this, see how far you can get. Come back to this video if you need a hint. And yeah, there's a link in the description, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, well, let's start with basics. Even though we know basics won't get us everywhere, it might get us somewhere, right? You always want to start with the easier techniques. We have a 9 here, hidden single. This is a triple. We actually have quite a few givens, which is interesting. So we might just be cutting right to the chase here. This is a 1 and a 3, so it's a 2. 1 and 3 are remaining. This is a pair, so we need a 3 and an 8. Those are filled as well. This is a triple. I'm just going to fill that. We need 1, 2, and 3 here. The 1 goes here, and we have a 2 and a 3. Okay. So many givens. Okay, so we have 7 up here. We have a 6 down here. We have a 5 in here. We have an 8. Yeah, 8 is placed in this box. See, we need 1, 2, 7, 2, 4, 7. This isn't 4, so this is 1, 2, 7. Let's see. Pop in another cough drop so I don't start coughing. All right, I'm not sure there's more to be done on the top band at the moment. I'm going to go through as many basics as I can before I resort to more complex techniques. 8 is placed in this box. Hidden single. 4 is up here. This whole row being done is confusing my scanning, to be honest. I'm not sure there's anything else to scan here. There's 4 left in this box. 5, 6. Yeah, so the 7 is here. The 9 is there. Nothing really special at 5 and 6, but these are just 5, 6, 9. This is 5, 6, 7. All right, I don't want to overmark yet, but I know I'm going to have to mark more later. But we're going to do the basics first. So we do need a 4 and a 5 in this column. Those are done. 5 is down here. The 4 left in this box are 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay, we don't really know much about that. One is just placed in this box. It's the only place for it. This box needs a 2, which goes up here. I can clear this 1. Oops, I meant to corner mark. 2 goes up here. Actually, let's just fill these. So we need 2. We need 5. Oh, 5 is placed. Okay, that places the 2. And this box finishes with a 7. All right, we have a 5 and a 6 left in this row. I don't think that's finished. We have 4 left in this row. 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to fill that. Yeah. 8, 9, 7, 8, 8, 9. Okay. This box needs 5, 6, 7, 9. The 9 is needed here. These can't be 6, so 5, 7, 9. Oh, this is a naked single. It sees 1, 2, 1. Wait, where does it see the 2? Oh, I missed 2 when I penciled this box. Okay, 2 is here. That's why. So I need 2, 5, 6, 7, 9. That makes more sense. And this is not a naked single. It can be 2 or 9. Let's not make mistakes on the basics. Glad I caught that. It didn't look right. 7's in one of these two. Let's do some vertical scanning. 3's go here. 8's are done. Okay, 5's are done in the column, at least. 3's, 2's. The 6, 1, 8, 9. 9 goes here. 4. I got marked already. 7. Okay. I might want to just fill these now. So 7, we need a 2. We need a 4. Hold it there. So 2, 4. Oh, we need a 1. There we go. Okay. Oh, this column is just 2, 7, 9. We'll fill that. This column is 1, 2, 4, 7. Okay. I think we're running low on basics here. We need 1, 2, 3, and 6 here. Oof. Okay. I'm going to fill 5, 6, 7, 9 here. I really shouldn't be filling all these, but let's see what we can find. These can't be 1. So what can they be? They can be 2. Well, this one can be 2. No, neither of them can be 2. Oh, 2 is placed in this box. I just missed a basic hidden single. All right, so that's 7. Nice. 1, 4 pair places this 2. These are not 2s. These are not 7s. 2, 9 pair. These are 1, 3, and 4. 4 left in this. We know there's the 5 and the 6. What else do we need? We need a 3. Can only go here, actually. And then we need a 4, which can only go here. Oh, nice. Okay. That's a lot of buy values. We don't need the corner marks. All right. Let me think about these at least. See, yeah, they can't be 2. They can't be 1 or 2, 3. So they can be 4. Oops, 4, 5, 7, and 9. Okay, well, I have everything marked now, which is convenient. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight every single buy value cell. I always like to just start with that. And highlighting them just makes them easier to scan. And I'm just going to look for some basic stuff. Well, basic advanced stuff that uses buy value cells. See if I can find anything fun here. Feels like... There we go. This is a Y-wing, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to make these blue, and I'm going to make this one orange, and I will explain the Y-wing. So the Y-wing is one of the main things I'm looking for with buy value cells, and if I don't find anything quickly, then I start looking for like XY chains and stuff. But anyway, so this is what's called the pivot. The blue ones are called the pincers. The way you can kind of spot the pattern is you're looking for 3 buy value cells where one of them sees the other 2. The one that sees the other 2 is called the pivot. This sees this one and this one. The 2 pivots do not see each other. Otherwise, you just have a normal triple. And all 3 of them would form a triple had they seen each other. So 5, 6, and 7 are all represented. They're all buy value and they're all different. So 6, 7 is different than 5, 7 is different than 5, 6. So once you have that, then you have your Y-wing. And then you can confirm logically. So if the pivot is 5, then if the pivot is 5, then this pincer is 6. The only other possibility for the pivot is for it to be a 7, which makes this pincer a 6. So what that does is it means there's a 6 in one of these 2 cells. They could both be 6, but at least one of them is 6. And if at least one of them is 6, then all of the cells seen by both of the blue cells, which are these 2 and these 3, we ignore the pivot. The pivot shouldn't have the 6 in it for it to be a Y-wing. But anyway, all of these cells cannot be a 6 because one of these blue cells will be a 6. This is a very common thing that's going to happen in a lot of advanced techniques, is that you find 2 cells that don't see each other, but at least one of them must be a specific value, in which case one of these blue cells is a 6. You just look at all the cells that both blues see. Usually uses the box to help, but it doesn't have to. So none of these can be 6. So we remove 6 from here, here, and here. And then we just, we have a naked single 9 here. So we can just follow up on that. And that ended up a 6. It doesn't mean this is a 5, right? It might be, but it doesn't have to be. It also doesn't mean this is not a 6, right? Don't make those mistakes. Just follow the logic that actually makes sense from what I explained. Don't try to do more than that. So I'm going to unhighlight the digits we placed, and I'm going to change these back to green. And let's just, the ones that we placed, do we do anything more with that? There's a 9 one of these 2. Oh, these we can remove, but the 2 and the 9 we got. Ooh, okay, so we're down to 1, 4, 7 here, 1, 3, 4 here. The 7's in one of these 2, not that it's really that important at this point. We have some new buy values. We can mark those. Okay, and this one. So now that these are all buy values, I don't think we need the corner marks. Can we find anything else with buy values? We have a lot of them now. Maybe? So what I'm doing is I'm just following chains in my head a bit here. Yeah, so I found one. So people told me that this is bifurcation. Bifurcation, as far as I can tell, the definition of it is you did something I don't like. But anyway, let's focus on this cell here. I'll mark this in orange to sort of consider this to be like a pivot, but we're kind of gonna reach really far to find our pincer, right? So if this is a 1, this cell's a 7. So here's one of our pincers. That's a 1, that's a 7. Otherwise, this is a 4. I'm just gonna do a gray slash on cells that we visit. So 4 makes this a 5. If that's a 5, it makes this a 3. If that's a 3, it makes this a 6. And if that's a 6, it makes this a 7. We've reached 7 again, right? And so now one of these 2 blue cells must be a 7. At least one, right? If this is a 1, that's a 7. If this is a 4, that's 5, 3, 6, 7. So one of these 2 is a 7, which means this cannot be a 7. That was corner marked as a 7, so we can actually fill that now this is a hidden single 7 in the box. And there we go. I don't know if this cracked the puzzle, but it certainly feels like it did. This ended up a 4. Yeah, I think that cracked the puzzle. So XY chains are extremely powerful. You can usually find one if you have a lot of byte values. And yeah, that didn't even take that long. 1348. Some of the New York Times hards taking longer. It did start with a lot of givens, and the basics were quite powerful. But yeah, at the end there, again, you probably did not solve it the same way as me. And that's what's cool about these advanced techniques is there's always more than one path to victory, as it were. I like to just look at the by values, and if I really don't find any by values, then I'll start looking for things like single value patterns like fish. But I find that if you want to solve these faster, it can take a while to go through all the digits and try to find the single value patterns like fish, especially if you start having to look for like finned fish and things like that. I'm happy to go over those in the future. But really, if you've got a bunch of by values, you're probably going to be able to find something. So yeah, let me know how you approached this puzzle if you solved it. And of course, if you enjoyed this, I'd really like to hear your feedback. Should this be a recurring series? I'm happy to generate more puzzles and then solve them. Just let me know how you feel about things. And of course, if you did enjoy this content, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.